Ahoy, fellow One Piece fans! Welcome back to Sailing on the Grand Line. After a 6-month hiatus, One Piece roars back to life with episode 1123, and wow, what a comeback! This episode dives straight into the chaos with layered storytelling, emotional moments, political drama, and of course, the Straw Hats being absolute legends. So, buckle up, because we're unpacking every insane detail from this wild ride of an episode. We kick things off with a peaceful pre-dawn view of Egghead Island. Quiet, futuristic, and calm. For now. But as the sun rises and light spills across the slick high-tech skyline, that calmness feels like the calm before the storm. And oh boy, the storm hits hard. It hits harder than anyone could have ever experienced. We cut to different corners of the globe, and things are popping off. Newspapers start raining from the sky like it's Armageddon. People rush to grab a copy, and the second they read the front page, shock spreads like wildfire. Panic sets throughout the whole continent, and the whole ruckus is quite evident. Check out these bombshell headlines. These are bold enough to blow someone away from their seat. Vice Admiral Garp missing in Hachinosu? Emperor Straw Hat Luffy takes hostages at Egghead Island. Yeah, talk about a way to start the morning. Now we're in Makino's bar, deep in Foosha village, and the vibe? Super tense. The townsfolk, people who've known Luffy and Garp their whole lives, are in disbelief. Murmurs of doubt ripple through the bar. This can't be right, can it? The village mayor steps up, trying to ease everyone's nerves. He reminds them just how insanely powerful Garp is. The man's a legend. He wouldn't go down that easily. It is utterly unbelievable for someone like him to lose. But even with his calming words, you can feel the unease bubbling beneath the surface. Even the mountain bandits, usually tough as nails, look worried. Curly Daden starts to bawl his eyes out, realizing that this whole situation is made up by someone trying to harm Luffy and the Straw Hats. They know how dangerous Pirate Island is. People don't just go missing there, they vanish. The fact that both Luffy and Garp are involved? Yeah, that's got everyone rattled. And if all this panic wasn't enough, the planet itself decides to freak out. Out of nowhere, a massive earthquake hits. So powerful, birds scatter and buildings crumble. It's not just another tremor, it's the largest earthquake in recorded history. And it happens just 6 days after the total annihilation of the Lulusia Kingdom. The most unexpected has finally happened. And the fallout is insane. Sea levels rise by an entire meter. Entire islands disappear beneath the ocean. Sharks, yes, actual sharks, end up swimming through city streets and inside people's homes. And what do the celestial dragons do during all this chaos? Absolutely nothing. Safe in their ivory towers, they couldn't care less. They're in their sky palaces, sipping wine while the world sinks. It's a brutal reminder of how disconnected the world's elite is from everyone else's suffering. Back at Egghead, things escalate fast. A fleet of 100 Navy warships is surrounding the island, packing over 30,000 troops. It's not just a show of force, it's full-blown war prep. 9 Vice Admirals are leading the charge, including the stylish and fierce Vice Admiral Doll, who looks like she walked out of a fashion show and into a battlefield. Let's be honest, she is way too fine to be in this mess. And heading this entire operation, the one and only Admiral Kizaru, Mr. Lightspeed Laser himself. But Egghead isn't defenseless, and it isn't taking this lying down. Sea beast weapons, giant robotic sea monsters launch a counterattack, tearing through ships like paper. It's total mayhem. But then Kizaru steps in and instantly turns the tide. He uses his Pika Pika no Mi powers to fire a devastating laser, completely vaporizing a robotic giraffe. Just like that, the battle shifts. Kizaru is as brutal as ever. This man is like an overpowered tank, fighting on behalf of the Navy. Enter Sentomaru, Egghead's main defense commander and head of the Mark III Pacifistas. These next-gen cyborgs are loaded with insane tech, and yep, they're laser weapons, based on Kizaru's own powers. Despite their past connection, Kizaru shows no hesitation. He's cold, focused, and makes it clear. Anyone who dares to uncover the Void Century must be destroyed, even former allies. Cold and loyal. He says digging into the Void Century is a crime, even if it means killing an old friend. He claims he's just a puppet for the Navy, but his actions speak louder than words. Now let's talk about the real spin. The world government doesn't just attack with ships, they fight with narratives. Cue Big News Morgan's the flamboyant tabloid king. He spins the whole thing into a juicy headline. Straw Hat Pirates are holding Dr. Vegapunk hostage. Total lies, of course, but to the public, it's gospel. The world government's propaganda machine is running at full speed. Cut to the top dogs themselves, the Gorosei. St. J. Garcia Saturn is loving the media spin, but his mood darkens when he hears the lab staff evacuated. Without blinking, he orders their total annihilation. No witnesses, no risks, just cleanup. And when someone mentions Jewelry Bonnie teaming up with the Straw Hats, Saturn brushes it off. She's no longer useful, so who cares? That's how disposable people are to them. There's no time for him to waste on a wasted pawn, so he considers her gone out of his syllabus. Just when you think it can't get crazier, York jumps into the scene. She's one of Vegapunk's 6 satellites, specifically the one representing greed, and she calls up the Gorosei herself through Dindin Mushi. She's not scared, she's furious. York demands answers. Why are they trying to kill her after she sold out Stella Vegapunk and helped them suppress the Void Century research? She thinks she earned a spot in their good graces. But Saturn shuts her down hard. She's still a Vegapunk, and that makes her a liability. They were never going to spare her. She's nothing but a lost cause right now, at least to the Gorosei. So York flips the switch. She starts laughing like a true villain and tells them if they want to kill her, they'll have to get through her Seraphim army. Those Lunarian-enhanced warlord clones with top-tier tech. Then the conversation takes a terrifying turn. Another Gorosei member, Jupiter, casually asks if she can recreate the Mother Flame. Yep, the weapon that erased Lulusia and probably caused that planet-shaking quake. York, now realizing she still has leverage, confirms that only Egghead's power plant can produce it, and guess what? She controls it. So, all of a sudden, now Gorosei needs her. They even offer to make her a celestial dragon. Big promotion, right? But York cracks. All her confidence shatters and she starts begging. Tears, screaming, the whole deal. Why? Because she knows Luffy's coming for her, and she is terrified. We finally switch over to the Straw Hats, who now control the Labo phase, where Vegapunk's main lab is located. Everyone in this facility is trying their best to keep the situation under control after what has happened. And what's Luffy doing? Chilling with a giant steak. Man's priorities are locked in. Meanwhile, York is tied up and losing it, screaming about how Luffy's going to destroy everything. Nami's had enough and is literally pointing a gun at her. She's done playing games. York's betrayal almost wrecked the world, and now she's bargaining with the Gorosei using the Mother Flame? Nah, she's not getting any sympathy. Luffy casually suggests using her as a human shield. Classic, but hey, it's smart. She's the key to the weapon the world government really wants. She's their ticket out. And of course, Sanji's flipping pancakes for Bonnie. Gotta love the guy. Always the chef, always the simp, even in the middle of a war zone. In a quieter moment, we see Robin, badly injured but alive. Chopper's tending to her. She's the reason Vegapunk is still breathing. Her struggle is a reminder that this war isn't just about information, it's about survival. Usopp voices the obvious. How are we even supposed to escape this island? And then Luffy smiles. That big, dumb, fearless smile that says, we're not done yet. He picks up the Dindin Mushi, looks York dead in the eye, and says, we're using her to bust out of here. And that's it. That's the moment everything shifts. Luffy's not just fighting to escape, he's going to war against the entire world government. And he's doing it with zero fear. The siege of Egghead is heating up. The Gorosei are circling, the Seraphim are still in play, and the Mother Flame still very much in the mix. This episode flipped the whole story on its head. York's betrayal, the reveal of the Mother Flame, the government's cold-blooded control, it's all on the table now. The Straw Hats are surrounded, but they've never looked more dangerous. Robin's hurt, Seraphim are looming, and the Navy is ready to invade. Egghead is about to become a full-blown battlefield. We are getting closer to the Void Century truth, Joy Boy's legend, and the secrets the world government has tried to bury for centuries. The next few episodes, pure, unfiltered chaos. You do not want to miss it. That's it for this breakdown. If you enjoyed the deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more One Piece content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode breakdown. Until next time, stay sailing the Grand Line, Nakama.